Welcome once again to GSTEF TV, the only place where you get the hottest, rawest, and most unfiltered Nollywood stories straight from the source. If this is your first time here, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and join the family because today's gist is one that has set the entire Nollywood industry on fire. The tension, the tears, and the drama that went down between Maurice and Uche Nancy on set recently is one story that no one saw coming. Sit tight, grab your popcorn, because this gist is about to shake you. So here's what happened. According to reliable sources close to Uche Nancy's production house, the atmosphere on set was calm at first, professional, friendly, and filled with the usual Nollywood laughter. But everything changed the moment Maurice arrived. Maurice, who has been the golden boy of Nollywood for a while now, known for his charm, good looks, and undeniable acting skills, was scheduled to play a key romantic role in Uche Nancy's upcoming movie. Everything was going smoothly until the director introduced a crucial scene that Maurice was supposed to act out, a scene that required deep emotional connection, a bit of physical chemistry, and an intimate moment that would sell the story. But guess what? Maurice refused. Yes, you heard me right. The same Maurice that fans adore for his passion and intensity suddenly said no to performing the scene. According to eyewitnesses, the entire set froze. Cameras stopped rolling, makeup artists stood still, and even the boom operator paused mid-action. Everyone was stunned. Maurice looked directly at the director and said, "I'm sorry, but I can't do this scene." At first, they thought he was joking, but the seriousness in his tone sent chills through the room. The director tried to explain how important the scene was, that without it, the story would lose its emotional impact. But Maurice stood his ground, calm but firm. He reportedly said, "I'm an actor, not a puppet. There are lines I won't cross for fame." The tension was thick. People were whispering. And then, Uche Nancy herself, the producer and one of Nollywood's most respected women, stepped in. She asked everyone to take a break and called Maurice aside for a private conversation. But before they could even walk away, Maurice added something that shook everyone even more. He said, "I respect this production and I respect you, Ma, but I won't betray myself for any role." You could hear a pin drop. Some crew members said Uche Nancy's face changed instantly, not angry, not embarrassed, but deeply hurt and confused. She reportedly whispered, "Maurice, I trusted you with this role." That was when things took a different turn. Sources say Uche Nancy tried to reason with him, telling him that the scene was about art, not real life, and that great actors must sometimes step outside their comfort zone. But Maurice refused, saying, "Art doesn't have to make me uncomfortable with my spirit." Now, let me tell you, after that moment, the set was never the same again. The news spread fast. Within hours, bloggers and gossip pages were buzzing. Some claimed Uche Nancy broke down in tears after the confrontation, others said Maurice stormed out of the set, and a few even alleged that the production was temporarily suspended because of the tension. But here's the twist: after about an hour, Maurice and Uche Nancy were seen sitting under a tent behind the set, talking quietly. Insiders said the discussion was intense but emotional. Voices were raised at some point, but then silence followed. Uche Nancy was seen wiping tears from her eyes before she walked back to the crew and told everyone to continue the shoot. However, that particular scene, it was cut out of the script completely. Later that evening, Maurice posted a cryptic message on his Instagram story that sent the internet into total meltdown. He wrote, "I'd rather lose a scene than lose my peace." No name, no tag, but everyone knew exactly what he meant. Fans immediately connected the dots. Within minutes, social media exploded. Comments started flying everywhere. One fan wrote, "This man has integrity. Maurice is proving that fame means nothing if you lose yourself." Another said, "Uche Nancy should respect his decision. Not everyone is comfortable with every role. He's still one of the best actors in Nollywood." But not everyone agreed. Some critics fired back, saying Maurice was becoming arrogant. A follower commented, "He's talented, yes, but he's getting too proud. You can't embarrass a producer like Uche Nancy on her own set. That's disrespectful." A few others defended Uche Nancy, calling her a professional who's built careers for many stars. One person wrote, Uche Nancy has worked with legends. Maurice should have handled it privately. Doing that on set was wrong. And then came the twist nobody saw coming. Rumors started flying that Uche Nancy was so heartbroken that she considered removing Maurice from the project completely. But her daughter reportedly convinced her to keep him, saying that fans loved their collaborations too much. Meanwhile, crew members began leaking small details. One of them told a gossip blog that Uche Nancy later admitted she wasn't angry, just shocked. She said she'd never seen Maurice that serious before. He spoke from his heart, she reportedly said. Now, the drama didn't end there. Just when things seemed to calm down, a behind-the-scenes video surfaced online showing Uche Nancy and Maurice sitting apart during lunch break. While other actors chatted and laughed, the two looked distant and silent. Fans began speculating again. Was there still tension? Had they truly resolved things, or were they just keeping it professional for the cameras? Comments poured in. Something is definitely off. You can see the tension in their faces. Maybe Uche Nancy still feels hurt. It's not easy for a producer when an actor challenges you. I hope they fix this. Their combo always gives us good movies. By the next day, blogs had turned the incident into trending headlines. Hashtags like #Maurice vs Nancy, #Nollywood tension, and #peace over scenes flooded social media. Fans were picking sides. Some said Maurice was the new voice of conscience in Nollywood, while others said he was just trying to chase clout. But guess what made things even more emotional? Uche Nancy herself finally posted a message that broke everyone's hearts. On her Instagram story, she wrote, "In this industry, we work with passion, but sometimes, passion meets principles. I choose peace over pride." That line hit hard. People immediately assumed she was referring to Maurice Sam. Comments poured in again. Queen Uche Nancy, I feel your pain. But you handled it like a mother? Maurice should just apologize. She's like a mentor to him. This industry needs more people who respect boundaries. Both of them did right in their own way. Later that week, another report claimed Maurice visited Uche Nancy privately at her office in Asaba. Eyewitnesses said he went in quietly, spent almost an hour there, and left without saying a word to the press. No one knows what they discussed, but whatever happened must have softened the tension because a few days later, Uche Nancy liked one of Maurice's new posts, the first sign that peace might be returning. Still, fans aren't done talking. Everywhere you go online, this story is the hottest topic. People are debating about professionalism, boundaries, and how far actors should go for art. Some even called for a new kind of Nollywood that respects personal convictions. One fan wrote, Maurice Sam is setting a new standard. You can be talented and still have morals. Uche Nancy will understand eventually. Another added, both of them are legends in their own right. Conflict is normal, but the love for Nollywood should unite them. Others were more dramatic. If Uche Nancy cried, then something deep happened. That woman doesn't cry easily. Behind the scenes, people close to the crew say Maurice apologized, not because he felt wrong, but because he didn't want the tension to ruin the movie. They said he told Uche Nancy, I still want to work with you, more, but I'll always stay true to myself. And in her usual calm, motherly way, Uche Nancy reportedly smiled and said, you've already proven that you're not just an actor, you're a man of conviction. That single moment of mutual respect restored peace. The shoot resumed smoothly, and according to insiders, the chemistry between Maurice and the rest of the cast became even stronger afterward. Some say Uche Nancy even adjusted a few other scenes to make them more comfortable for all her actors, a sign that she took Maurice's words seriously. Now, let's be real, this incident has opened a big conversation in Nollywood. People are asking, should actors have the final say in what roles they play, or should producers be the ones with full creative control? Many celebrities have quietly started picking sides. A few have even shared cryptic posts supporting Maurice, using words like boundaries, self-worth, and inner peace. But whether you agree or not, one thing is certain, Maurice Sam has once again proven that he's not afraid to challenge the system. Love him or hate him, the man knows who he is, and that confidence is exactly what keeps him trending. As for Uche Nancy, she's handling everything like a queen. Despite the emotional rollercoaster, she continues to walk, laugh, and inspire. She even hinted in a recent interview that the incident taught her a valuable lesson about understanding the personal limits of her cast. The bond between her and Maurice might have been shaken for a moment, but true professionals always find a way to move forward. In fact, rumors now say they might be teaming up again soon for another blockbuster movie, and if that happens, the internet would definitely go crazy. So, my people, that's the full gist. From shock to tears, tension to reconciliation, this story reminds everyone that behind the glitz of Nollywood are real emotions, real struggles, and real principles. Maurice Sam stood by his beliefs, Uche Nancy stood by her professionalism, and in the end, both earned even more respect. Tell me in the comments, who do you think handled it better? Was Maurice right to stand his ground, or should he have obeyed his producer? Let me know your thoughts because this gist is far from over. And don't forget, for more exclusive Nollywood gist, behind-the-scenes secrets, and all the emotional moments that define your favorite stars, stay locked into GSTEF TV. Where we don't just tell stories, we tell the truth behind the lights and cameras. Because remember, in Nollywood, every scene has a secret, and every secret deserves to be told right here on GSTEF TV.